I see you struggle like butterflies in water, can't keep moving forward. I see your shoulders weighted down by armor. You don't need that protection.
Hi guys, welcome to my channel. If you're a returning subby, thank you so much for always clicking on my content. And if you're new here, karibu sana. Well, it's been long. You know, when I got ready to do this video, I checked the last video that I had done and I realized it's been more than a year. And I even had short hair. And now I have sister locks, which are 1.5 years old. So it's really been long. So I'm sure you're wondering, where have I been? All I can say is, well, 2024 was a really, really tough year for me. I had so many challenges. I lost people, I lost projects, I lost jobs. It was just really, really hectic. And you know, the way you start the year with a word, honestly, at some point, I completely forgot what that year was. And it just became about survival, you know, just putting one foot in front of the other, just get through it. Every day you wake up in the morning and you just tell yourself, just get through it. It all began, I lost my grandmother in January. And then couple of months later, lost a neighbor. We weren't particularly close. This is someone I grew up with. But you know how when you lose people, your age mates, this guy was just a year older than me. It just makes you pause and you just think, you know, life is really, really fragile. So there was that. And then in July, I think the hardest loss for me was MG Wawero. Those of you who are not new to this channel, you know, I ghostwrote his autobiography, Kenya's Tax Czar. We lost him on the 5th of July, and he'd been sick for a while. So the last time I saw him, he was not doing well. So I kind of, you know, you still yourself. But when you get that news, hey, it was so hard. His loss coincided that we were going through the month of rage. Those of you who are Kenyan, you know, the Gen Z protests and all of that. And I think just what made it harder was that whole protest was about, you know, rejecting the finance bill. And here is a man who almost single-handedly put together a team at KRA, okay, which showed us what is possible, that we can actually collect tax revenue and be able to essentially, you know, rely on ourselves for recurrent expenditure. So he effectively kicked the IMF out and showed us what is possible. You know, tax can be collected and it can be utilized well. So I think just going through his death passed almost unnoticed, which I think just added a layer of pain to what was an already difficult process. So the way I dealt with it is after we put him to rest in Diriti, I went straight back into work mode. I was trying to do 2 books back to back. I was ghostwriting for 2 clients. So I went straight back into work mode. And so I didn't actually deal with any of those deaths. And of course that didn't work, so I crashed. In August, my body just refused to function. I remember there's a week when I could not even get out of bed. And I got so sick. So what I decided to do was just give myself grace. And I just took the rest of that month off and I didn't do anything, which helped. So September, slowly got back into things. I started writing again. I was working actually on a really, really beautiful, powerful story. I can't wait for you guys to read this book because this man's story is worth telling. And one of the concerns I had is I really, really hope I'll be able to do justice to this book. So I wanted to take my time and just really do a really, really good job. So by October, things were back on stride. By November, you know, the story was flowing. So I was really super happy about that, although I still had a lot of challenges. The year ended, thankfully, better than it began. And the highlight of my year actually came at the end. My mom was celebrating her 75th birthday. And I remember in December 2023, the year before, we always meet as a family on 26th of December. And my mom had given us, as siblings, a really, really beautiful gift, which I have no words to even thank her for that. So I remember telling my sisters, I think we should do something special for my mom's birthday in December. And I'm so grateful. They they were happy to help, and they all chipped in, and we had a really beautiful celebration for her. I remember thinking, my mom is just so giving and she does everything for everyone. I remember telling Mary G that I did not want my mom to spend a coin on that function. I just wanted her to just wake up and just have a really beautiful day, and we've done everything. Unfortunately, of course, the budget couldn't stretch to a new outfit, and I remember thinking, oh, I wish we could give her a new dress. And then, my mom is kind of a fashionista. She loves her clothes. So I wanted it to be a complete surprise, but we decided to tell her about it before, just in case she wanted to buy herself a new outfit. And initially she said, no, I have enough good, beautiful clothes in my cupboard. But then anyway, a few days before the event, she changed her mind, no surprises, and decided to buy herself a dress. She took herself to Westlands and then bumped into my auntie Galoni, who insisted on paying for that dress. And I remember thinking, wow, God really shows up in unexpected ways. So my mom ended up not spending a single coin on that function. I'm so grateful. So my word for this year is actually gratitude. First, because I survived 2024, but also because I was thinking about it in February, and I realized I released my second novel, Duel, in the Savanna in 2015. So this is going to be the 10-year anniversary of releasing that book. Now, I know a lot of authors don't play favorites with their book babies, but I do. Duel in the Savanna is my favorite book. Of all the 8 books that I've written 8 books. I'm now on book number 9. For those of you who are new to this channel, 3 of those books are novels, one is a biography, and the others are books that I have ghostwritten for my clients. You can see more about my work on my website, which is incidentally is a brand new website, so you can check that out. So that is wanjiruwaithaka.com. I will leave it linked in the description box. You can also read Duel in the Savanna. It is still available, as I decided to continue making it available. So if you want to read the chapters, you can on your phone, on your tablet, on your computer. But if you want the PDF, I can send that to you, but you need to be subscribed to the website, and I'll send that PDF to you. That's all you have to do. So I hope you continue enjoying that book. People have been loving it. People have given me some fantastic comments about it. So I'm happy about that. So I think I need to do something special this year just to commemorate that milestone, but I'll be communicating that in a later video. So anyway, I'm back on YouTube with a new cameraman who is very good, as you will see from the quality of the footage. So I hope this year we can be more consistent, we'll have more content. In terms of what you can expect more videos about books and writing, because that's what I get paid to do. You can expect more content about me talking about the creative economy and the arts and entrepreneurs, because I'm really passionate about that. And I really want to help young up-and-coming artists to avoid some of the mistakes, especially costly financial mistakes that I made when I was coming up. And of course, you can expect me to continue sharing homemaking, about my life here in my little cottage in Kitengela, Kajiado County. The life of an author, simple life, quiet life. I really love this place. And of all the things I'm grateful about is this house, this neighborhood, because I'm just so happy to be here. So, coming to the title of this video, I remember the last video we were talking about, I had shown you the house tour, and I had reposted all the seats except one, which was my office chair. So let's jump right back in and pick it up right there. So here we are in my cute little office. So this is the chair. Let's start with the way this chair looked like before. If you've watched my previous videos, you'll have seen that when I was sitting on this chair, it was covered with a blue shawl. I was not making a fashion statement. This is what I was covering up. It was in really bad shape. The fabric had gotten torn and it had started affecting the sponge. So I definitely needed to do something about it. But the chair itself is a perfect chair. I mean, you can see it swivels. I can adjust the height. It can go up and down. It's a chair which is designed for office use. You can sit for hours in it. It's so comfortable. So finally, I found a fundi who could reupholster it, and he did a fantastic job. You can see it still works and everything. So you'll notice that I have rearranged the office. I was not happy before. My desk was over here next to the window, which was fine. I like looking out, but I didn't like sitting with my back to the door. So I think this arrangement is better, where I have a solid wall on my back facing the door, and I can still look out through the window at that beautiful view, the trees and the hedges and the bright blue sky. And I like the sofa over here, which I read a lot, and so I value my reading nooks. So having the sofa beneath a window makes a lot of sense to me. So this makes a lot of sense. I also have a carpet in here. This is actually the living room carpet. It got so cold in June, July that I couldn't really work in here. So I decided to temporarily move the living room rug in here, and I liked it so much I've decided to keep it in here. So my office is nice and cozy. The other thing I've changed is I got throw pillows for the sofa.
Wish that I could take away your pain like sunbeams in the rain.
Eventually do the desk, you'll actually see what is behind the thinking. This chair, I didn't need to do anything to it. It's actually perfect the way it is, but I did switch out the throw pillow cover because it was very, very old, just like the other seats in the house. The other change I've made to this room is this art print. So you remember the book dummies that I got from my publisher, East Africa Educational Publishers, for the book launch in 2022. They were 4. And what I did, I got other people's book dummies. And then I went to chop a copy at Galleria. They printed for me high resolution copies of my book cover. And then we just stuck them onto the book dummies. So once the event was finished, I was left with these 4 book dummies, and I knew I wanted to keep one for backdrops when we are shooting videos like this one, and also in case I have an event for marketing. But then I was scratching my head wondering, what do I do with the other 3? Because they are not heavy, but they're bulky and they were occupying space. So for they lived from the book launch until the end of 2023. They were living in my guest room because there were no beds in there. But eventually I hit on the idea, if we can take my book cover and put it on top of the book dummies, what if we can do that to artwork? So what I did, I removed the center portion of the book dummies. I'll show you, I'll insert some footage so you can actually see they're hollow inside. And then we removed the front and the back part. So each book dummy yielded 2 canvases for art. So I ended up with 6 canvases. So this is the first one. And I really love this portrait. It just reminds me of all the little dreams I had as a little girl. So every time I walk into this room, it just makes me smile and it makes me happy. So I'm super happy about that. The other thing I wanted to do is to create a gallery wall on the corridor. So 3 of those canvases are on the corridor. 1 is in my guest room, and then the last one is in the guest bathroom. So I'll be showing you that. I love my cute cottage, as I said, in Kitengela, because everything is on one level. But the problem with a lot of bungalows, they're designed with these very long corridors, which sometimes are very dark. So the way I've solved that is my doors are always open so that light can flow to the corridor. But the other thing I wanted to do, especially because when you're sitting on the dining table, you can see right through into the corridor. So I wanted to create a gallery wall. So I took 3 of the big art canvases from the book dummies and I put them on one side of the corridor. I got the art from Unsplash. This is copyright-free images, which I've been using that site for years. That's where I get all the images from my website. On the other side of the corridor, I put these 3 Calabashes, which I've had for more than 20 years. Anybody who is a frequent visitor to Masai Market has seen these Calabashes. They are in so many Kenyan homes, and no surprise because they are really beautiful. That time I didn't know about the rule of 3, that if you arrange things in 3s in deco, they look aesthetically pleasing. I think it was just a coincidence, or I couldn't pick between them, so I just decided to pick all 3, and they must have been affordable, so that's why I picked them. I will send some footage here. After all those years, they were having some wear and tear. The frames were chipped. They had black frames originally, and one of them, the glass was cracked, and then the backs of 2 of them had come off. So I just decided to reframe them. The same person who framed for me the book dummy canvases also reframed for me this one, as well as another art piece, which you're going to see in the dining room, that one, the frame had completely fallen off. So for the 3 art pieces, I just put this nice natural wood material, and I really like it. Okay. So this is my guest room. I finally have beds in here, and I can host people for sleepovers. You'll remember, if you've been on my channel for a while, that I was using this as a store. It had mitungis, my DSTV dish, the cartons for all sorts of products. The book dummies were also in here, and it also had the door, which I removed from the guest bathroom. So I really wanted just very simple, nice, affordable beds. So I got these beds from Moko Beds. They were really well priced, and the sheets and the duvets are thrifted. I wanted something very bright and cheerful. So every time I pass by this room, it makes me smile, and I'm super happy about that. One of the things I like most about this room, if you stand right at the window and then you look out onto the corridor, I like that you can see this art piece in a room and the other one on the corridor, part of the book dummy canvases. And I like that they're both black and white, but with just a hit of color. So I really, really like that. In case it wasn't already obvious, I clearly love graffiti art because 3 of the canvases are graffiti art. Graffiti art is not everybody's cup of tea, but I've found that this kind of art sometimes has really profound messages. Like if you look at this girl, it just looks like a girl who's wearing makeup. But if you look closely, see there's beware of fear, wild at heart, which describes me perfectly, and then the top, not bad for a girl. That summarizes me perfectly. And then if you look at this one, if you believe in me like I believe in you, they will remember us. I put this one deliberately, so when my guests wake up, that's the first thing you see. And then the one in the office, dream big, just to remind myself. Sometimes as you get older, I'm 53 years old. My birthday was just on Monday. Sometimes you forget to take risks. You just become very risk averse. This is just to remind me, those dreams I had when I was a little girl, I need to continue honoring that little girl. So this is my master bedroom. I needed to rearrange it because I got this treadmill. This is a very old treadmill. My dad was a physiotherapist, and one of his clients was selling it. So he negotiated a very good price and then asked me if I wanted it, so I got it. This was years and years ago. Then I used it for a very short time. Then my sister Aggie, who lives in Thika, took it, and she's had it for 10 years. But then now she called me last year and said she wanted to create space in her house because she no longer uses it, and my brother-in-law prefers to go to the gym. So I told her later. So it came. Now the dilemma I had, originally my bed was over here. These are the 2 sockets. This is designed as the headboard wall, so my bed was right here, and there was a camera leaning on the wall over there. So I wondered whether to put them at different corners, the bed over there and the treadmill over there, but they're so different. One is black and industrial, and then this is this warm, rich mahogany color, so they were fighting. So then it hit me, what if I just put the bed on this wall, because it's just me, this is a 4x6 bed. I just need one bedside table, which I can put where the stool is. On that side, I can maybe put a plant or something, and then it just worked. See, there's still plenty of space. I can go all around the bed when I'm making it. In fact, there's so much space you can actually put a 6x6 bed, king size bed if I wanted. So this bedroom is very spacious, to be honest. So this now works. These were the green curtains, as I mentioned, which were in the office. So now I like that my bed has zones. This is the sleeping zone. That is the exercise corner. Over here, as you can see, there's still a huge amount of space. So I'm planning to put like an armchair or something. So when I'm making the bed, currently what I've been doing is, you can see the color of the duvet. I've been carrying it to the sofa in the office as I make the bed. So it would be nice if I had an armchair here, or even when you're trying on clothes, you can throw them on the chair. And then the last thing over here is this faux rug, which I really like. It's covering up some discolored tiles, which I found when I came to the house. But I also like that when you're trying on clothes, you don't have to worry about stepping on cold tiles if you're barefoot. So over there, we're going to put over here, we're going to put a full-length mirror. And the reason for that is, this developer really designed these houses well. Every wardrobe has a full-length mirror, but you can see the curtain rod is too long, so this does not go all the way. So you have to use it when you're like that. So it makes sense to put a full-length mirror. So my bathroom, nothing really new here. The only thing I've added is this dustbin because I needed one. And then I've added that cute shower curtain. Again, I love color. I wanted just a hit of color in this place. I got this shower curtain from Carrefour. And when I was buying it, I just liked it because of the color. But when it came home and I hung it, I realized that all my towel colors are in the shower curtain. So that's a nice, happy coincidence, totally not planned, because I have a cream towel which matches with the walls, and then I have a blue, pink, and a green towel. The guest bathroom, nothing much I've changed. I added the last book dummy canvas on the wall next to the bathroom. And then in the toilet area itself, I added a basket to hold the spray and the toilet cleaner. I remember my first Kitengela house, I didn't realize how hot Kitengela is until one time I went away for 2 months, came back and found the spray can had melted into the windowsill. Okay? So after that, I stopped putting things on the windowsill, and the bright afternoon sun really comes from that side. So it made sense to put them in a basket on the floor. The other thing I've added is a dustbin next to the sink, and there's a little cup. I don't buy toothbrush holders. I prefer to use cups. Even in my master bedroom, you'll notice I'm using a cup. So this is an old cup that was just sitting in the cupboard, and I thought I'll just repurpose it there. So when my guests come, they can put their toothbrushes and toothpaste in there. So welcome to my living room. I rearranged it because I was not happy with it. So I like reading on the sofa, and I like to sit beneath the window because that has the most light. So I moved the sofa to that wall, and then now the two-seater faces the TV, because I like to watch the TV at an angle. I don't like to sit directly facing it. And then I moved the accent chairs to this side. And now that I have a dining table, which you'll see in a minute, I didn't have a dining table before. So I like the fact that they are quite low so that you can be able to see right through into the dining room. The other thing I did, my bookshelf was set at an angle, partly because I didn't want to look at an empty dining room. But now that I have furniture in there, I moved that back into the wall. So that's it in terms of the arrangement. The other thing I did is I had not yet. My throw pillow covers were very, very old. In fact, 2 were torn. So I switched those out for new ones. Before, they were all matching, all 5 of them. But this time I wanted them to all be different and mostly neutral. I really like this brown one because it kind of matches the seats and also the TV console. Oh, that's the other thing I forgot to mention. So I got this basket at the same Smart Lady Home, the same place I bought the cushions, and I really love that color because I love emerald green. And inside, I got 2 really, really warm fleece blankets for my visitors. And then, of course, this Maasai blanket. I have 3 of them. The other one is on the couch. As you can see, I still have art on the floor. Nothing has changed about that. So now this is totally weird, probably, and really random and so unpredictable. But yeah, who has a joker on their front door? Somebody who loves color, someone who loves storytelling in all its forms, and someone pretty unconventional, which describes me. Anyway, so one day I was shopping at Naivas, Kitengela Mall, and then as I was waiting for John, my tuk-tuk guy, to come and pick me up, I saw this young man, and he had spread them on the pavement, all in a line. And I remember just idly going to check them out, and I saw this joker. I was like, you're coming home with me. I had no idea where I was going to put him, but I knew he was coming to my house. And then originally I wanted to put a mirror here, but I think that's better. And as I said, it prepares you for what you can expect in this house, the unexpected. So the last thing I wanted to mention is this Sisal Moringa rag, which I got from Smart Lady Home. When I moved my jute rag into the office, because of the cold, I needed to bring something in here. So originally I had bought this to put in the dressing area of my master bedroom. But then when I brought it here, I really like the way it looks. All the colors in the rug are represented in this living room. So I think I'm just going to keep it here. As you can see, I have a dining set. Earlier when I talked about losing money, this is one of the areas I lost money. I had actually paid a fundi a hefty deposit in 2023 to get me a dining set, and he promised I would have it by Christmas, and I'm still waiting. So I think I spent the whole of 2024 praying, hoping against hope that he'll deliver, but he didn't. So I just raucad in February this year, and I decided, you know what, let me just put something in here. I think I was still a little bit traumatized about dealing with fundis and all of that. So what I did, I decided to get a second-hand dining set. I went into this site called Corridor. I've dealt with them before. I have sold a fridge through them, and this current fridge I have, I bought it through them. They're very, very efficient. I remember it was a Thursday morning, and I called Kevin at 8 o'clock. No, it was around 10, and by 5 o'clock, I had this dining set. It was sitting somewhere in Kitisuru. So we had negotiated everything. They'd had it cleaned, and it was delivered all the way in Kitengana. You can imagine that distance. I'm super happy with it because it's not, I was a bit worried that a 6-seater would be too big for this space because this room is weird. It's like quite narrow, it's 8 foot wide, but then it's very, very long. But then you have to factor in mind that this is a corridor, so you can't occupy it. And then there's that weird bump out, which again, I was wondering what to do with it, but finally I decided to get a TV console for the TV and then just move my sideboard into that space. And then the art which used to sit on the floor, I've just placed it, and I'm happy with that. What I love about this dining set, it's not bulky the way they are. I wanted something predominantly wood where the fabric is only on the seat cushion, and it's also easier to clean. So I really like it because you can go all the way around, and it's right in the middle, and so it's not squeezed in any way, even behind here. Me and my hips are fitting quite comfortably behind here. So the kitchen has had minimal changes. I just needed to introduce a little bit of decor because I don't have a lot of counter space, so I didn't want to clutter the kitchen in any way. These two are decorative chopping boards from Oka Decor. These, I don't use them for cooking. My cooking chopping boards are safely locked away, safe from dust, in the first drawer of the breakfast counter. I also got this plant and the one above the microwave, also from Oka Decor. And then the other thing I wanted to do was to introduce some warmth because I really like that basket, my fruit basket above the fridge. So I wanted something similar to corral all the items on top of the microwave so that it's easy to lift them on and off when I'm cleaning. So the basket itself, the sugar dish, and the holder for the kitchen tissue, those ones were from House of Leather. So this is my pantry. You remember this table and the water dispenser were in the dining room. So I moved them into here, even before I got the dining set, and I'm glad I did, because now that my pantry has also become storage, for the things that were in the guest room, because my landlady's things I had mentioned in the previous video are still in the SQ, so I don't have that as a storage space. So this table has just given me an extra space where I can maybe get baskets and things. As you can see, my sweet potatoes are in a carton on the floor, so maybe I can get like a cute carton and be putting some things, the market things in here. What I do, I don't buy like back shop because I have nowhere to put it. So my mitungis, my TV box, the door I removed from the guest bathroom. I'm happy they actually fit. This is a very big pantry. So when I'm building my retirement cottage, I don't need a bigger space than this for the pantry. So it's good to find that out. And that's it in terms of house tour.
Carry you through the heat. I will do it all.
So that was it in terms of the house tour. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I enjoyed showing it to you. Thank you for spending time with me again. Give this video a big thumbs up if you liked it. Please share it so that other people can discover my work and my books. Let's continue the conversation in the comments. Let me know what you like best about my house and what you think I should change. And I'll catch you on the next one. Subscribe so that you don't miss out on any future videos. Until then, remember, whatever you do, whatever life throws at you, you keep on dancing.
Take away